All right, so today we are going to be talking a little bit about parrot diets. My name is Dr. Gina Vasir, and I am an exotic pet veterinarian. So my specialty is working with small mammals, birds, especially parrots, and reptiles. So there's a lot of confusion about what foods are healthy and what foods are not healthy, especially when we talk about birds, because there's so many varieties of birds that we keep as pets. There are so many varieties of parrots that are kept as pets, big parrots, small parrots, everything in between. So when we look at bird food, it can be really confusing. The classic bird food that we all think of as being regular bird food is usually our seed mix. So it looks really festive, it looks really fun, it's filled with all different things. There's sunflower seeds, corn, there's grains, there's little things that could be pellets, there's all sorts of fun stuff in here. So it looks really exciting, and when we look at that, it seems like it would be a really good food. Sometimes the bags will even say something like veterinarian recommended brand or promotes heart health. Unfortunately, most animal food that is sold, most pet food, is not regulated by any overarching agency. So these brands can put almost anything on the bag with no support, and there's nobody to control that. So sometimes even those recommendations are not actually accurate. But foods like this are really high in calorie and really high in fats and cholesterol. And for birds that are wild in the world, flying around, flying miles every day, going to different plants and picking one seed off at a time, that's going to be really good for them because they need that calorie count. But for birds that live at home in a cage or maybe get to fly around the house, but certainly are not flying miles every day, that would be a really high calorie food option for an animal that's not really putting in the work. We always tell our clients it's kind of like if I ate the marathon runner's diet. I am certainly not putting in the calorie content need to be eating that kind of diet, and neither is the bird sitting at home on the couch eating his McDonald's. So for us, these types of foods, these seed mixes, are usually seen as the McDonald's diets for birds. They are just not healthy for them, they're not balanced well, and most birds will just pick out their favorite parts of it, which is usually the sunflower seeds and the corn, and eat those first and leave everything else behind. These diets have a tendency to lead to heart disease in birds. So we see a lot of birds coming in with high cholesterol, fatty liver disease, vitamin A deficiencies, and eventually atherosclerosis, which is fat in the arteries. That can actually cause heart failure and stroke, which is really serious in birds. So that can actually be the cause of death for a lot of our middle-aged to older parrots, because they'll never show you signs of heart disease. They're not gonna start getting winded going up the stairs. They might just be slowing down, and it seems like slowing down with age, but they're really not gonna give you those signs until sometimes it's too late. So these diets, scientifically, through a lot of different studies of a lot of different birds, have been linked to those diseases and are really not healthy. They're not something we recommend anymore. On the flip side, we have pelleted food brands, and we just happen to carry this brand in the clinic because it's something that a lot of the birds like, but there are many brands of bird pellets that are made. Zupreme has a variety of flavor combinations. They have fruit blend, they have a veggie blend, they have a nut blend that is nut flavored in different colors. They have a naturals blend that looks more kind of all the same and uniform and doesn't have any dyes or different colors in it. So if that's something that matters, that's something that they do have as an option. But pelleted food diets are generally considered to be the healthiest option for pet parrots at this point. All of these foods are formulated by actual veterinarians and nutritionists to contain the right amount of fats versus vitamins versus all the other things that they need, like protein and all of the other things that are important for these birds, but in a balanced way. And because every pellet is formulated in a uniform way, we're not worried about them picking out only the sunflower seeds or only a different food item from that mix, because it's gonna be balanced no matter what. Even if the birds only like the orange ones or only like the green ones, it's still gonna be healthier for them to eat this balanced food. So these pellets are, again, available from a variety of different brands. As long as it is a plain pellet brand and not something that's mixed with other stuff, it's usually going to be very healthy for them.